So let me move forward. As you know, when I'm giving my presentations, I'll give you some points and a half a point because I don't know if it's not a whole point. I don't know. It just sounds good. And I think you actually remember things better on the half. So I'm going to give you 3.5 things to help you with this thing called networking and how to do it better. All right, we ready? Everybody got your pencils to write something down? Because here we go. Listen quick because I talk pretty fast. Not as fast as Tara though. All right, number one. Okay, this is mine. First of all, let me back up. This is going to be some mindset stuff for you. It's change. This is change. Understand the concept that networking is not about you. As I like to say, it ain't about you. Networking is not about you, but it's about what you can do for others. It's about what you can do for others. You got to think outside the box. You have to understand that if I can, again, the reciprocity, if I can help you get what you want somewhere along the line, down the road, whatever the universe has for me will come back tenfold. Because when I do something for you out of just the sheer kindness or whatever, we're talking about trust. Dare I say we're talking about building relationships, right? You do things in a relationship that don't necessarily get any give back. Today, anyway, you shouldn't do things without trying to get something back. That's not being grateful. That's being selfish. I'm going to do it because. That's not the attitude of a strong networker. You do it because it's the right thing to do, not because you'll get something back. All right? Number two. This is a big one. This is a big one. I want you to pay attention. Don't miss it. Identify common interests. I'll wait. Identify common interests. What good does it do? You and I in the business, I like blue, you like turquoise, but somewhere in the middle we could find a color that works. We don't ever find that, then why are we in business? Why are we trying to network? I'm not going to remember you at all. But if I come to a networking situation and say, by the way, I'm left-handed, depending on how you're looking at this thing, I'm left-handed, you go, I'm left-handed too. Do you remember back in school, why was it always, the 3-ring binder was always under my wrist and my joint was crooked? Oh, because maybe right-handed people, ha, 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 bam, we have a connection. We have something in common. We can work out the rest of the details. But if I don't have an interest with you at all, it makes it hard for me to build a relationship. Find common interest. Golf, church, basketball, teams, rival teams. That's always a great discussion. If you are an Alabama fan, all you need to walk by an Alabama fan and say is War Eagle, and it's on and popping. Ah, ah. I do it on time just to start stuff up. Now my daughter goes to Auburn. I root for Alabama, but you know, whatever. But I'll just do it on purpose. I'll wear a shirt. They say War Eagle. I say Roll Tide. Wait, you can't say Roll Tide. You War Eagle. I say my kid and my money go to Auburn, so I'll say whatever I want to say. So it starts the conversation and takes you away from business because people have their guards up. Even in a networking situation, their guard is up. They don't want to talk about what they do, or all they talk about is what they do. You go, you ain't got no life. There's nothing that you can do with your life. This is what you do all the time. That's not good. So identify a common interest, and that way you can understand how you can help people even further. Now, the third one is to become a connector. We're talking about building a skill set. We're talking about becoming a connector. In the book, The Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell, if you've not read it, need to read it. It's a little dry. It's a little dry. But it talks about a concept of tipping point and where things move to the next level. There are 3 types of people that he speaks of. He talks about the connector, the salesman, and the maven. Now, I'm not going to go into all those right now. You can go back and read the book or go Google up and find out which each one of those are. You may tend to be one. We're usually one or the other. But we all can be a connector because connecting is a skill set. It's an effort piece. The connector makes changes happen through people. They're the ones that galvanize people. They're the hub. They're the go-to for something. You know there's somebody on your line that if you need something, you call this person. If they don't know, they can get it to you probably in two clicks. Oh, no. Me. I got a frat brother. Hold on, wait, you do what? I don't know what that is, but I got a frat brother that does that. If not, I think his wife does something like that. Hold on 1 second. Bam, bam, bam. Connector. You become the go-to resource when people start coming to you to find information. You start connecting people and building other relationships. When things pop off, they're going to come to you because you're a trusted connector. This goes back to, again, your brand. If you got a crummy network behind you, some people don't do good business, and you making bad connections, guess what I'm going to do? I'm not going to connect with you. You don't have to burn me once. Look, Nate went in there one time and got bad service. I'm good. I'm good with that. So you have to make sure that you are the one who is trying to connect. Now, it takes some effort to become a connector. It's out of people's comfort zone. They may not necessarily want to spend that energy, if you will, helping others because they're in another space. They deal with some other type of energy. But when you do that and see the results of your work and people are thriving, and I think this goes back to what Tara said about being grateful. Maybe you're a hater. Maybe you don't want to see anybody else thrive but you can't thrive by yourself. So if I can help someone else thrive and get it going, I'm high-fiving and dapping, whatever, I may get an invite to the party. You could be the piece they need to make this thing go, or they could be the piece that you need to make that thing go. But we'll never know because relationships so cruddy because you got bad selection pieces and you're not that great. Are you really networking, or are you just out there meeting folk? I got a stack of cards over here that I need to do something with because that's just what we do. Give me a card, give me a card, give me a card. I mean, now with technology, I don't carry a card. I carry a card. I tell you, hit me with my auto text responder, 90210, the speaker man. What? Yeah, 90210, speaker man. And boom, my information shows up on your phone. And if you did that and do that, you'll probably get a free book or audio out there. So it's 90210 speaker man. Just drop that out there. So anyway, that's how you network and how you get out. And these are concepts. Now, all the other stuff I mentioned before are good, but these things are what bosses do. These are behaviors that you want to follow. So let's get to the point 5. Everybody, somebody in the timeline, right? Point 5. Here we come. Point 5. If you know anything about me, I play basketball, right? Back in the day, played basketball, learned to shoot, learned to dribble, and there was one consistent point. And if you're an athlete out there anywhere listening to this line, you will agree with me 100%. Tara, come on, coach. If I'm dealing with an athlete, a shooter, someone shooting, the one thing I kind of want to tell them is that you have to maintain the follow-through. The follow-through. If you know anything about, I've had a ball, I would give you a quick a lesson, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. When you're shooting, although the middle finger, I ain't going to throw it, is the longer of the fingers, of my finger anyway, it is this finger right here, the index finger, that's the last thing to touch that ball. And if the follow-through is anything less than a breakdown all the way through, the ball, based on physics, will do something different. If I don't follow through, it falls short. If I halfway, it gets a little further. If I all the way follow through, it stands a better chance of getting to where it's going. Follow through is the #1 killer when it comes to networking. Most people don't follow up. I'm gonna call you now. Crickets. Crickets. I have a friend, female friend. She's like, Mark, look at all these numbers on the phone. I got all these numbers of people trying to holler at me. I said, girl, you're busy. She said, they don't call back. I said, then why'd you put it in your phone? But the point of the matter is, you follow through what you're trying to get done. At least do your part. I'm gonna email you whatever. I was told by my greats, look, as soon as you get home, I don't care what time it is, 9 to 11, send a, hey, great meeting you. Just something to start the communication. Put the ball in their court. If you're doing a follow through, if you play golf and you're putting and you stiff arm that puppy, I'm guaranteed it ain't going nowhere near the hole because there's no follow through of the stroke. Follow through is critical in networking. Even if it leads to nothing but a better relationship or understanding, is very, very critical that you follow up. So, got the point 5. #1, let me review this right quick. #1, understand it ain't about you. #2, identify common interests. 3, become a connector. And a point 5, follow through. That's where somebody should be shouting right about now. And if you can reach your goals with a step ladder in 2018, doggone it, they are too low.